Okay, it's still bitrate is still in the red, which is okay. Now we moved to the green. Okay. God damn it! God damn it! Now the wood will be divided into two parts. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, the Warhammer Cafe, a huge Warhammer Cafe. Damn, but I don't think it's like official cafe, or it's like a more of a like a fan. Could you even do like a fan? Franzi has been meaning to go there and get some Tau? Wait, are you... Wait, Wolfen is into Tau? It is official? Oh my god. So I was so disappointed when I realized the name cafe is bullshit. The name? Wait. I saw... Oh, you mean like you thought you could get like a Warhammer flavored coffee? What is it called? Fuck, what is like the Warhammer coffee? Red? No, red cuff? No, something cuff. I think. Ricuff, yes. Like imagine a cop starch. Imagine like a fucking what do you call, like a protein fucking stick. I forgot the word for it. Label like a corpse starch, you know. And but yeah, there's so much potential, right? There's so much potential to try to the green goo, right? The green goo from the like from the previous streams that we had. We found, right? You could. Oh, the potential is just a Nugne avocado pudding, right? Hmm. Yes, there's like a lot of potential for this. But it's okay. So it's just basically a normal Warhammer. It's just a normal cafe where you can like buy Warhammer stuff, like miniatures and merch or whatever. Right? It would be a good party idea too. Yeah. Oh well. I showed Franzi some Tau models and she loves them. Wait, okay, a very important question. Does she like them without helmets? This is like the key question. You could invite friends over and paint minis while eating cute. You're right. Ugh. I also have seen there are like official plushies, right? There are like official Warhammer plushies. There's like a Nurgling plushie. I've seen like there's like a Nurgling plushie. Yeah, this one. Is it an official one? Warhammer plush Sassy Nurgling. And there is this very goofy service call. Also the Ripper. Okay, they're officially licensed. Okay. Wait, I think I asked her but forgot to reply. It was a while ago. Okay. I have a no. You have a no. Oh, you have a Nurgling pin. I put it into my. Oh, they're very good. Very good. It is very beautiful and adorable. Was it the Watcher, the Watcher too? I want to channel the energy of it. Yeah, this is the ideal that we all strive for. Or to. Oh well, I don't think it's kind of unfortunate, but I don't think in Russia we have any like Warhammer stores even. Like, let me check. Nah, yeah, we don't. It's all just. Oh well. Oh my god, I'm kind of curious now. How does this cafe looks like? Warhammer Cafe Tokyo. Ah, okay. So it's okay. It looks pretty much like your like normal Warhammer store, right? Yeah, they're like. Okay, I'm sorry. Where is cafe in this? These tables are for playing the game. Also, are these people playing Magic? Like, no, maybe not. No, just for a second I said it was Magic. This is the most Nurgle-ass drink I've ever seen. The name cafe is a misnomer. They just call it. Ah, okay, I see. It's like a Japanese thing. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. So they have some stuff. Now we come to what I'm sure you'll really want to hear about. That's right, the most important item of all: the Wrath of Caliban, pistachio iced latte. I'm not a coffee person, but I do love pistachios, and I didn't feel right to be there during grand opening week and not try the grand opening beverage. Well, they built this as being Dark Angel themed, that's the name. I really don't know who they're trying to fool. This was a Nurgle drink, if I ever seen one. It sort of looked like someone put a great unclean one in a blender and poured it into a cup. That being said, I'm happy to report that the drink kind of slapped. It's very light and didn't have much of a coffee flavor. So it was almost like a very thin pistachio milkshake, and the bits of crushed pistachio they sprinkled on top added a nice texture difference in there. I was pleasantly surprised it did, and I definitely got every ounce of the thing out of the cup before tossing it in the garbage. All right, so they have some seemed like drinks. Yeah, it's quite cute. I'll have to remind Franzi to actually go there and tell her the drinks. Oh my god. The Tao Enjoyer. I mean, it's understandable. Like, I think they're just so good. They're so adorable with their helmets on. You know, with their helmets. Not when they don't have helmets on. Bunny. Yes, they're just cute guys. Oh, there's a video even.
In Japan, we're in Akihabara checking out the newly
Oh, it is in Akihabara.
Warhammer store and cafe in Tokyo. This is the
Okay, let's just...
And as you can see, there's so many amazing things, but I can't do this by myself. I might know some things about Warhammer, but...
Do they show drinks?
Yeah, well, we're really glad that you can make it today.
Oh, thank you.
Cafes have a particular theme.
Right.
So we do have two other cafes in the US, so LA. It was a Japan exclusive many years ago when we've reintroduced them into the Blood Angels theme, and it was actually just recently released.
Oh, they're showing Nexus Pariah.
Globally. This particular specialty drink.
Okay, that drinks.
My fill of exploding weapons, it was about time to see what differentiated this place.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, let's see the drinks. Also, to be honest, people hate on them in memes so much that I have been ridiculous to love them. That's true, especially like with the kind of current all this culture war bullshit and all this like fucking wave of these people who just fucking embrace the Imperium, right? It's just it's just tiring stuff. I'm also kind of curious now. I wonder if they're like novels, I guess, or maybe actually there might be some info in Codex about like how Tao's like societies are like structured, how the empire is structured, basically. Because I don't know that much apart from they have like the caste system, they have the cereals, and they have like they accept other races in their ranks, but that's pretty much it. I wonder if there's like a novel that like kind of goes deep into how they operate. You just have to block them. Yeah, that's pretty much my approach. And then Joe Warhammer is like trusted group of 5 people. Well, I'm kind of happy. Well, it's of course kind of hard to make us like a systematized judgment, but I see a lot of like people, a lot of women actually, who are like tweeting about Warhammer quite a lot. So it's it looks kind of hopeful, I guess. Hopeful that lots of people, new people, are getting into Warhammer that weren't into it before. Yeah. I have not done a lot of research into potential books. Yes, no, yeah, the fire warrior, right? I think it's called. That is such a funky one. It's like you just play as this one guy, and you like it's kind of like a Malum kind of situation, I believe, which is kind of even more jarring because you're just playing as this guy, this little guy. You're just literally fucking slaying fucking space marines, chaos marines, Terminators, dreadnoughts. I believe you kill Lord of Tzeentch at the end of this game. Look at this birdie. Oh, you can't really see it here, unfortunately. Like, yeah. It's been a long road. She just escalates with stuff like female Warhammer mods on Reddit. Tweet went viral. The amount of dumb shit some people said. Yeah. Nah. Oh well. Okay, let's see the drinks.
From other Warhammer stores and cafes.
Series of drinks, all themed around various characters. We've been working really hard to make some fantastic.
Wow. Okay, wait a second.
Themed around.
Do we have the same liquors? They're called liquors, right? It's like a very popular liquor worldwide. I think like in a different like cafes that in St. Petersburg, they use like the same brand.
Various characters. We've been working really hard to make some fantastic drinks.
Oh, they're all in Japanese. God damn it! God damn it! Where is Wolfen to translate for us? Okay, there is some. God, I won't be able to read it. I can. Panmaha. Okay, I won't try. I just okay.
From other Warhammer
Let me
stores
try
and
like
cafes.
Series of drinks.
maybe
all
I'll be able
themed
to get like at
around
least
various
one.
characters. We've been working really hard to make some fantastic.
Okay, let's go with. Oh, what is rations? What does it ration mean in this context? So it's kind of funny how like the titles, like the categories are in English, but then the list of the positions is actually in Japanese. Like it's a bit weird inconsistency. Burauni? Oh, it's brownie. Okay, it's like desserts. I think it's dessert because it says burauni, so it's brownie basically. Shinamon kuru? Shinamon? Shitamon? Что? I don't know which one. Ufuru? Oh my god. Ushuru Hamuchizu. 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 Botes. Bote. Oh my god. Oh, fuck me. My god. My attempt to learn Japanese, it's been pretty bad recently. It's been better than the French attempt to learn French, but Kora. Okay, they have cola. They call cola literally Kora. That's funny. Chishenso? Is it? Oh my god, I'm not sure if it is. Brownie. Koropsu Sutachu. Imagine the Duolingo holding a gun to it. Oh my fucking Duolingo. The fact that I hate these modern apps notifications that they bombarded with. Recently I got this notification that oh my god, the Duolingo is so sad. During these I think it said for 30 days I did not use the app or something like this. And it's in those 30 days that you did not touch the app, Duo was learning French and he's so good at French now. Imagine that you could be as good as it's just god, the way the things that they do. Okay, let's try maybe this one. Rasu. Obu. Kariban. Oh, this is the Kariban. This is the Kariban drink. Kariban. Zesta. Chio. Oh my god, I see. The Desutachio. Latte. Kariban Shistachio latte. Oh my god, I managed to do this. I mean, it's kind of pistachio. Yeah, pistachio. It's kind of, when you know the English words, it's kind of you just get it. Chocoso. Oh, is it chocos? Yeah, I think it's so. Chocoso. It's like chocolate. Choco sosu. Dairy. Dariun Kiangu. Okay, I give up. I'm just bad. I have not practiced Japanese in 12 years. I started doing it. I have this Vanikani app. It's basically the Anki sort of it, but specialized for Japanese. And I got to level 12 out of, I believe, 60 or 50 or somewhere around that. And then I just kind of stopped doing them. And recently I decided to reset my progress. And I'm beginning from the start. And I'm so bad at just regularly doing regular all the tasks. Just I'm slacking a lot. The thing with languages is that I always need some kind of motivation, hypertext section to learn something. Yeah, it's just you have these surges when you get into it, but because learning a language is such a long-term process, it's very easy to just kind of slow down and run out of steam sort of. And it's kind of unfortunate because I want to learn the language. I'm still want to do that. It's, if I'm not deeply immersed in some sort of medium language, it's hard to do. Yeah, it's also the immersion part of it, right? That on the one hand, you want to immerse yourself. In my case, it's also Japanese VTubers. On Twitter, it's all different folks who are Japanese that I follow. But then it's the problem is that because I don't really know the language, I can like only like barely read kana, and like I can like recognize some kanjis. I cannot really like understand what they're saying. So it's sort of like it's a very like strong demotivational force. Yeah. I feel like in my case, you really need to be like thrown into just Japan or something. So you literally have no choice but to like interact with the language. And you see it everywhere. It's very, very tough to do it yourself continuously across like years. It is the same for Francie. I remember her mentioning that she like what was that? She was playing Persona game or something in Japanese, and she was like pretty good at understanding it. So I guess at this she like just through sheer like being like constantly surrounded by Japanese in Tokyo, you just eventually you get to it. How long she's been in Tokyo? It's like several years at this point. I mean, in several years, if you work in Tokyo, you live into several years. I guess it seems to me like pretty reasonable, right? That you would get on a good level. 2 years. In some conversations, she still just stands there and nods for so desu well, not understand. Okay. So she's not like, is she like doing some like, I don't know, is she like reading, like consuming some like educational materials like books, or do they have like some like in her studio, for example, do they have like the classes like for like workers who don't understand Japanese? She studies every evening. Okay, yeah, got it. God, every evening. God, it sucks so much because sometimes I think about it. Just like 15 minutes. Just give 15 minutes on Vanikani. Just do just fucking 15 minutes. It's nothing, right? In the grand sort of like it, but I don't do this. God damn it! It's just, and it's so infuriating. And her studio has a translator for her. Yeah, it seems to be that what is it? Kinema Citrus, right? The studio that it works in. They're being very like accommodating, which is nice. Oh, no, okay, no classes, okay. She also bought a Game Boy Advance, now plays an old Romance game in Japanese. I tried to play some Japanese games in Japanese, but it's like, again, it's like the problem is that because I understand basically like 1%, like, it's like, it's sort of, you get these moments at times when you get like a sentence that you actually understand. Like there are like a bunch of kanjis or like a bunch of like kanas, and you like understand like 50% of them, but because of how like, it's like a sentence. Like because you can understand a sentence, but like not knowing like every word in it, right? Because like of the context. So you manage to do it, and it's such a great, it's so it feels so good. But these moments are so rare, it feels fantastic, but it's just like, it's because these moments are so rare, you're just kind of like, most of the time you don't actually get those, and they're just like, yeah, it's tough. They're so nice to her as a foreigner. Like some of her colleagues get treated not very well, but since she's a foreigner, she gets maybe, I see, yeah. But yeah, unfortunate. Are there many foreigners in Kinema? Is it like a common like saying? No? Huh. Because I remember in oh my god, the Saroscience, right? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Oh my god, the fucking one of my favorite directors that I forgot the name of. Fuck me. I'm sorry. Oh my god, this is fucking embarrassing. But yeah, I remember that the Saroscience. Yuasa, fuck, yes, Yuasa. Oh my fucking god. They have plenty of and like in the interviews, in different like videos, they have plenty of like quite a few foreigners, I think. So yeah. I was curious how like, because there are like in sort of an influx of foreigners, right, in the animation industry, because of the whole like webgen or whatever, right? Or like the people who basically learn animations or like by themselves or like using like the digital tools, whatever. In interviews, they like to, oh, okay, yeah, you're right, you're correct. They like to show foreigners. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. To be honest, reading comics is great. Among Us in that case, images really help. And that's, oh, actually, you're right. I barely do like the Japanese. I mean, I read doujins. Okay, I read doujins. Okay, you know, but yeah, I don't like read mangas in Japanese. But it's actually a good point. Yeah, you're correct that yeah, images definitely help with like they provide you a lot of context. Also, like the stuff that I read, it's just, you know, the sentences are simple. Anyway, I think some producers, like one was from Latin America, and the rest of the overseas artists just work remotely. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That a lot of foreigners, they just like work remotely, basically. Yeah. Franzi also gets paraded around at convention stuff to encourage more people from abroad to apply. Yeah, I remember that. Like she, the German convention, right? The whatever she visited. I will not judge you. Thank you. Even so, I would. Yeah. Of course, you would never. All right. Oh, drinks. Okay, drinks. Yes. Okay.
Fantastic drinks. We have a particular specialty drink called the Rafa Caliban that has a secret menu hidden within there. And we actually have a few lined up for you to...
Oh, wow, look at that. I mean, it's as if it was not scripted at all.
Not at all, no.
Is it alright if I try?
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
This is your Rafa Caliban right here. Themed after Dark Angels. Pistachio.
I do wish they would try to be a little bit fancy, you know, about these. I mean, it's tough. Of course, it's kind of tough just like to set dress them. About that ADHD, I didn't try to do any of tests, but like yeah, I should probably try to do at least Nurgling something. Yeah, right, it's like a Nurgling. I know, like some tentacles, you know, you could like put like, you know, this like gummy bears, you know, like you have like a gummy tentacles, you know, something. If it's like a Mechanicus drink, you could have like at least like a cup, like you could like address a cup to be like this like metallic. You could drink out of a Serva skull, right? You could like you have a Serva skull cup, and you're literally drinking out of like Serva skull, or just a skull, right? Like a corn themed drink where you're literally drinking like a fucking red latte, fucking rose flavored whatever, cherry, and you're drinking out of skull, right? That would be great. Yeah. Cute, oh my god, cute little Nurgling shaped gummy bears. God, yes, they would be perfect.
Frappuccino.
Ooh, that's good. I like my frappuccinos.
Okay.
I'll take all these with me.
Then the next one is effectively the same drink, but it's had chocolate sauce.
Right, because this is a different Raven Wing.
Allegiance to the Raven Wing.
Ooh, these are all.
Wait, what? Raven Wings? He said? Not Raven Guard?
Right, because this is a different Raven Wing.
Allegiance to the Raven Wing.
Is it like a Raven Wing is like a chapter? Like a successor chapter? Raven Wing is the name of the second. It's okay. It's the second company of the Dark Angels base. Okay, yeah, Dark Angels chapter. I see. That's interesting. I can't. That's. Okay. All right.
Ooh, these are also good. Ooh. And the final one.
There's an existence of a
The highly specialized unit that is intended to make use of mobility and speed to defeat the enemy rather than heavy firepower. Yeah, I see. I see. Hire us for merch ideas.
fallen within the Dark Angels. So this is a combination of chocolate sauce and white chocolate sauce to give that dark effect. And the blue on the top is actually the plasma of the
Oh, the
I
plasma.
like this one the most. I think I prefer that one. I mean, they're all super nice. That's my favorite though. Might just take this one. I'll take this one. This is something that I have not seen in any of the Warhammer stores, even in the UK. This sort of setup.
Yeah, well, all of our stores tend to have.
Hello,
some sort
Triangle.
of-
What have it tuned into? It's a Rogue Trader stream. What did you expect? Of course, we're not playing the game. We're talking about other stuff. Also, Warhammer seen stuff. They should make a super pretty Zinch yogurt blueberry. Yeah, right? Yeah. No one in this chat struggles with focus. Of course, we're all very focused
And
individuals.
what we've done here is we've taken that concept and we've added a bit more to that experience.
Okay.
So this is effectively a painting counter. You can come here and you can build your models, paint your models.
Oh.
New York.
Wrath of Caliban, of course.
We've inset some extra little fun things. So we've added some ceramic tiles for painting.
Yeah, that's a really good touch.
So really easy to clean. Paintbrushes in here. You can put some paint pots in here so they don't necessarily fall over. per se, if you're
So
choosing.
it's not gonna. If you just knock it, it doesn't spill over. We thought about everything.
I don't think that's. Okay. I mean, this. I didn't think that's not deep enough. I think you can easily trip it still. Yeah, we are looking at Warhammer Cafe in Tokyo.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But it's right. And then obviously you got your light, and then the fun little bit here. This also acts as a charging station.
I'm seeing this looks
That's a nice
absolutely
thing.
amazing.
One of the centerpieces that was done by the studio for us and shipped over directly from the UK. So we've got the Cruel Boys facing off against the Stormcast Eternals in a kind of a murky swamp.
Oh, you've got loads of them.
Yeah, so this is the Astra Militarum.
Oh, that's really nice. That's nicer than I was expecting it to smell for some reason.
Oh, they
You've
have
got,
the candles.
Tyranid, you've got Astra Militarum, Space Marines, Slanesh, and Tau.
Scented
Ooh.
candles.
So far, I hate to admit it, my favorite is the
Oh, there's
Tau
adorable.
Empire.
Yeah, I love this too.
But Space Marine, yeah, it's Tau Empire. They're all so good though. So one of the things that is special about this store is that you guys have Forge World stuff, which is stuff you can only buy online.
Yeah, typically, or it's been available in the other cafes of Warhammer World specifically. But this is the first store in Asia, Japan specifically, to carry a range of Forge World product. The majority of the character series, Warlord Titans, Thunderhawks, a lot of some of your bigger kits actually available to purchase right on the shelf. I think the biggest one we have in store is going to be our Warlord Titan.
These 2 boxes.
2 boxes, yes.
So it's so big that it has to come in.
God, the
2
Titans look
boxes.
so goofy.
Okay. That is one hell of a project. Now that it's here and you don't have to wait for it like shipping or anything, it's
The candles are
Just to be like,
overpriced. I smell them. They're
But there was
unfortunate.
still one more Frappuccino I had yet to try, and that was the Slanesh one.
Continue the joke.
oh yes.
God, I'm sorry. They look so basic. God, they look so basic. Ugh.
God, that's sweet. That's nice. Oh, that hit you straight away. Okay, that's my favorite. This one, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for me to finish this now.
They even have this cool little section that mimics the inside of a rhino, complete with bolt pistol and all. That's a lot of talking, Warhammer, but I think it's about time we got to do some hands-on learning.
So, I am now with Sven, the store manager. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what are we going to be learning here today?
So we are going to learn how to paint the Space Marine, like the basics on him.
Right.
And we paint him as an Ultramarine. Blue, often seen.
The blue, right.
Okay, well, that painting for the rest of the video. Okay, let's move on. Let's actually play the game. Pilgrim would not be pleased with this. True. Blue Space Marine. Blue Space Marine. One of the enforcers drones snazily. It's kind of weird that that's not Enric talking, right? But for some reason that's okay, whatever. I think that's like a bug.
We apprehended him while he was trying to break through the Tsayan rebel. Got into a scuffle. We barely managed to restrain the troublemaker. Demanded an audience with you, Mr. Sorbeck.
The Master at Arms nods and the enforcers release their prisoner. Enric adjusts his clothes and approaches confidently.
What do you enforcers think you're doing, Jocasta? Why are you assaulting my people, denying them water like they're criminals? We got teenagers and elderly folk here. They're all just ordinary workers. They've done nothing wrong.
Oh fuck, I forgot to unmute the game. No, Enric. What do you think you're doing? Attacking my people? Chastising me in front of the Lord Captain? Get out before I have you charged. And he looks up at you.
Your lordship, I ask you please to protect your servant from this abuse.
Oh, it's like a choice. It's like a choice between Enric or Jocasta. But I just now realized that he's lighting. Yeah, he's right. He's using the flamer as a cigarette lighter.
I mean, can you explain yourself, huh? The enforcers are reveling in their impunity, treating the crew like cattle, especially my clan. Many of their custody are dying of their thirst-style injuries. My sister and niece are there too. I don't expect them to be exempted from the investigation, but I'm begging you to put an end to these assaults, and let my people have some food and water.
Marajai stifles a yawn.
Beatings and starvation. Hideous in its banality.
Of course. That is what the procedure demands. Intimidation loosens tongues. Torment erodes a seditionary's will. The rebel are to know only awe and terror. The words of the ship's regulations ring out across the room.
The Void take your procedures. These are not seditionaries. They serve the dynasty, just look like you and I.
And did any of them confess to anything useful? Awareness succeeded. Nothing important or indeed worthy of your attention. You detect a slight hesitation before the reply. There's something you're not being told. I am interested in any and all statements, even the most outlandish ones. Outlandish ones? One of the Inferni was found to be missing his pass to the room housing to the war clock cogitator. Losing such a pass is serious offense, but the scoundrel claims an enforcer took it from him. He could not specify the name and rank of the enforcer, but he did give a description. A man, tall, blonde hair. Obviously he's lying. He's either lost it or sold it for a bottle of Rodgut. A man, tall, blonde hair. Hendrix makes a note on his data slate.
There are more convincing ways of exculpating oneself than making up some mysterious enforcer stealing passes. This incident should not be forgotten. It might be connected to the case.
God, I wish he was voiced. Yeah, well. I mean, ultimately, Tav doesn't really care about this, about the people's being tortured and stuff, right? Yeah. Voice is next game tech.
Have patience, Heinrich. As soon as the culprit is found, your people will be released.
Heinrich raises his chin proudly.
In that case, I request permission to join my family. So be it. Let him see his family. Thank you, Lord Captain. I hope you found a culprit before another 100 workers are forced to suffer the same undue punishment.
Captain Klein snaps to attention.
Identifying the victim was proved impossible. His face has been smashed in, his body is badly maimed. There are too many wounds to determine the exact cause of death. But presumably he died after the killer slit his throat. That's how they drained his blood, and no external signs of mutation were found.
In other words, we have nothing. Klein, this isn't a report. It's a declaration of our incompetence before the Lord Captain. You will keep digging around inside that corpse until you have produced some results. Study enforces faces. Awareness test succeeded. Gennari looks at Klein with sympathy. She clearly cares about him, but does not wish to trample on her comrade's honor with words of comfort. Rodko regards Klein with a contemptuous smirk, while Klein scowls back at him.
No external signs of mutation, you say? What about internal signs? Well, performing an autopsy was inadvisable, due to the danger of contaminating the area with genetic aberration.
Awareness test succeeded. You see a flash of genuine horror in Klein's eyes before its gaze turns glassy. You have seen that look before in the eyes of the other veterans. It is the expression of someone reliving painful memories that have left behind the deep scars. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma on their own. They would need help, or a partner, or perhaps some strong emotional stimulus. Turn away from Klein.
It would seem that I had an exaggerated opinion of this veteran's courage. He should get some rest. Let Rodko take over his duties.
Coercion test succeeded.
Indeed. Klein, why don't you go and take a break? Maybe it's time you consider asking for a transfer to a less demanding post. Your best years are behind you. You should make way for the younger generation.
The boomer got bullied. Klein's face turns a deep red.
Shut your damn mouth, Rodko. The things I've seen, the filth I've crushed. You want me to gut another one? You want to see some mutant blood in my hands? I'll show you blood.
Well played, Lord Captain. It has been some time since I last saw this kind of fire in the old man's eyes. Klein is up to his elbow in blood, his eyes flaring defiantly.
I've examined the filth inside and out. Its innards are a genetic nightmare. It's a bag of corruption wrapped in human skin. Extra organs, scales, atrophied ingrown limbs. But that's not what's important. The body was disfigured posthumously. They killed the mutant with surgical precision, before opening his throat and draining his blood. It wasn't until after the actual murder that he crushed his head and tried to cover up his wounds. The wounds were so brutal I almost missed his work tattoo. The victim was a pipe warden, and I found it in his throat.
Klein presents a blood-stained raven feather? Huh? A certain legend springs to her mind, one involving Saint Corinne, who was granted a portent of enemies hiding among the faithful. When Corinne prayed to the Emperor for a sign that might reveal the traitors, a raven's feather burst out of her mouth to inscribe the names of the conspirators. Only someone versed in the symbology of the Imperium could have left such a message. Wow, okay, so it's... So someone killed a gene stealer cultist. Huh.
Remember, Saint Corinne? Could this be a sign?
Vile mutants do not make allusions to saints. This was someone versed in the creed.
Also, what to do? What do pipe wardens have to do with anything?
The pipe wardens are a worker clan that service the ship's sewer systems. The tattoo indicates a worker's status and personal number. This one was...
CP-24601, Senior Pipe Warden. And for what purpose was the corpse mutilated?
Someone wanted to hide the cause of death. What I fail to understand is why they would then leave the body art in the open instead of disposing it.
Well, it is imperative that we find whoever mutilated the body.
I concur. Would you like to give us specific instructions, Lord Captain? Sip Amasek.
Specifics are merely an impediment to flexible thinking. I'll follow your heart.
Sorbek's eyebrow twitches nervously. Follow my heart. But of course, I should have thought of it myself, Lord Captain. I thank you, your lordship, for your wise counsel. Very wise counsel, yes.
Klein, I wish to gift you a glass of Amasek for your good work. You look like you're needed.
Klein accepts the glass and downs it instantly. Evidently, he's in no state to savor the bouquet and taste of the fine drink you have offered him.
So, what is our next step?
Good work, Klein. Good work, Boomer. We should run the victim's identification numbers through the masterwork log cogitator. If its machine spirit favors us, we will be able to narrow down the number of suspects. Generi, this is your arena. Klein means small in German? Oh, really? It is a very cute name. Is it a German name? Can you like call... Do you have like... Wait a second! Wait. I remember this... What was that? The very like popular name that we talked about. Oh, was it Kevin? I think we talked about Kevin, right? It's like a... It's a very popular... Was it like a foreign name? That was the Germans used to name their kid or something like this? Yeah, Kevin. Okay, it's a German name. Okay. Oh, it is a super cursed name. God, I don't know. It's so funny. Imagining a German person called Kevin. I like that this is just like a fucking... Just a bunch of cutscenes just like stringed together. Generi approaches you, followed by a dignified woman in crimson robes. Allow me to introduce the esteemed tech priest Androveta Fi.
She believes, or rather Phi, she believes she has the right to obstruct the investigation and refuse to grant the enforcers access to the Master Cogitator. The Tech Priest lets out an indignant Binaric trill. I request that the laywoman's willful activities be halted. She intends to torment the mission spirit of the Master Worklock Cogitator Iota 3B. The venerable spirit is ill and in no disposition to endure such abuse. Well, what is the problem with the mission spirit, huh? The spirit is old and quick to anger. It therefore calls for a sensitive approach, not a torturous intrusion by a brutish laywoman. Since the start of this watch, the spirit has been unwell, so we have been trying to soothe its woes by applying sacred unguents and sensing the great machine's boards. The dogma of data recuperative quarantine prohibits any disturbances to blessed machines found to be in such a state. And what exactly does this data recuperative dogma prescribe? Let no profane hand touch the sacred machine stricken. Let the mechanism be shielded from all worldly troubles by a veil of righteous litany, and let its shrine be thricely honored till the melody is no more. Judging by generic expression, she would rather have her profane hands touch Andromeda's Phi's neck. Ah, toxic urine. Anyway, oh my god! Oh my god! What is this option? Oh my god! This is so. Oh. Let's go. Well, then the solution is quite simple. We cut off the Steam Tech Priest's hand and use it to commune with the mission spirit. The Tech Priest withers and mews beautifully. Understood, Lord Captain. I offer my apologies along with my assurance of cooperation. Oh my god. God, this is so... Oh, wow. I'm sorry for hurting a cute cat. I apologize. But it was so funny, you know, I had to do it. I had to. Also, it's not me, it's Tav. It's Tav, okay? I'm not hurting anyone, it's Tav. It's role-playing. Blame Tav for this. Raising her hands high, Andromeda Phi wails. Omnissiah, preserve us. The Great Spirit was infected by a late person. That is the culprit you should be searching for, not some pipe warden. Sacrilege. We have discovered that the cogitator's malfunctions began after an unauthorized attempt to access it was made. Someone deliberately angered the machine spirit in order to bury the work logs. Thankfully, the esteemed Tech Priest was able to appease the spirit and extract the information we needed. The victim's name was Orto. On the day he died, he was servicing Wolf 27B, which supplies water to the Rotator's bath chamber. He also had a partner who was yet to appear for duty since the incident occurred. We have a suspect. One of the Inferni said he had his pass to the maintenance room taken away by an enforcer. A villain? But how did they get past Generi's guards unnoticed? Sorbeck stares intently at Generi as she grows pale. We should find out if the shift change took place without incident. If the culprit truly is an enforcer or is pretending to be one, he could have orchestrated a gap between the guard shifts. So, who is a partner? Senior Pipe Warden Gvedden, number CP26855, an 8th generation Pipe Warden. No registered infractions, excellent discipline, perfect work record, an exemplary servant of the Imperium. Master at Arms, how do you propose we found out you a suspect? Before Sorbeck can respond, Hrothgar cuts in. Ah, your lordship, there was a man named Gvedden among the rebel waiting to be interrogated. He immediately struck me as suspicious. Please allow me to question the man in your presence.
Sorbeck narrow her eyes, but all she says is, "Bring him in, now." Before you stands a gaunt man in war clothes. His face is swollen from the bruises, and several of his fingers are broken and sticking out at all angles. He stares vacantly into the distance with watery eyes.
Ah, start talking, you miserable wretch. You tried to kill the Lord Captain, didn't you?
Hrothgar grabs the worker by the lapels. Gvedden's coat flies open, revealing crude occult symbols painted all over his body.
What is this? Heretic brands? Cultist scum!
Gvedden yells, bearing what remains of his teeth.
Yes, it was me. I tried to put a curse on the Lord Captain. I killed my partner in wicked ritual, wrapped Albert with enough demons concerned with him. All to carry out a dark plot and doom the Lord Captain for the glory of my almighty master.
He burst into a fit of hysterical, theatrical cackling.
We have ourselves a model cultist here. There is a ritual, a curse, and a plot. He even consorted with them demons. How kind of him to confess to all that immediately. He has admitted to everything, the vermin. I have insisted time and again that the assassination attempt was carried out by one of Wardwell's surviving henchmen, and I was right. I guess we weren't so sore in clearing them out as we thought.
Hrothgar casts a sharp look at Sorbeck. Assess the enforces reaction to the confession. Hrothgar looks proud and self-important. Gennari is biting her nail as if hesitant to say anything. Cute. Sorbeck is observing the worker in silence, apparently sunk deep in thought. Meanwhile, Klein merely stands still with a distrustful grimace on his face. Other than Hrothgar, no one here seems to believe that you're looking at the real culprit.
Expertly done. Gennari, you have smashed the learn from Hrothgar. Wouldn't you agree, Jocasta?
Persuasion test succeeded. Sorbeck glanced at Gennari with curiosity.
Gennari, do you concur with the Lord Captain? Have you anything to say about this expert display?
There is one thing that is bothering me. Gennari points at the symbols on the worker's body. Gvedden, what are those marks all over you?
These are my cultist marks. So I can put curses on people and talk to demons.
He pokes a finger at an uneven semicircle with 9 arrows coming out of it.
This one is called the Hymn of Terror. It represents the 9 demons. I always pray to each one first thing in the morning.
There is no such symbol. It's supposed to be a circle with 8 arrows, and there is no way it's called the Hymn of Terror. This is some kind of travesty. Your lordship, the man is talking nonsense. Semicircle? Yeah, the gin still. Oh, wait! Actually, yeah, let me check quickly the gin stiller. I mean, yeah, they literally have kind of funny, but they literally have the little cute Ripper on their banners. Look at this guy. Yeah. Yeah. Mwah. Cute. The Reapers. They're adorable. Yes. I'm very sad. Like, I think we did a great injustice, disservice to them in Space Marine 2. Like, because you don't even, I don't think, like, you can catch a glimpse of these guys, but because they move so quickly, it's just like basically a swarm of like black dots basically for you. Yeah, so we unfortunately, we don't even show you how they consume flash, really, which is like the core thing, right? Which I think is also a big missed opportunity. Oh, you look at them in photo mode. I think some of them are moving on their tail, right? They're like sort of standing on their tail. I really like that pose. It's like very, very cute. Like,
Ginevri, where did you get your knowledge of heretical science?
I often have to deal with the insidious rebel. The idleness and avarice of the scum on the lower decks breeds heresy, especially during warp travel. And people start carving signs of themselves and praying to all sorts of things. The circle with 8 arrows is more common than any other symbol, but I've never seen this variation before. Because my settings are so low, they look very cute and cursed. Ah. Actually, now I'm curious how they look on low settings.
Does the master at arms not find it strange that the suspect is so eager to pad himself as a heretic? And in such a preposterous fashion, no less.
I agree, Lord Captain. Sorbeck growls at the worker. I want the truth. Who are you? And who told you to give us this pathetic confession? The man blanches and starts bawling. He gives up on his sinister theatrics and babbles on the voice of a common worker. Forgive me, your lordship. I'm not Gweden. I'm not heretic. Yerd's mean name. I'm a laundryman. Please have mercy. They took my family. That enforcer said she would throw them out the airlock if I don't confess. She made me draw those unholy marks on myself. Abelard casts a significant glance in Sorbeck's direction.
Your enforcers have a knack for persuasion, Mistress Sorbeck. But this is ridiculous. What enforcer? Her name. Give me her name. Ginevri. Her name was Ginevri.
Oh my. Oh my.
What? I swear that I have not...
Ginevri? The steely edge in Sorbeck's voice causes everyone present to freeze, but you also hear a note of bewilderment. We will deal with her later. I will handle the search of Gweden myself. Lord Captain, will you have us execute this demon worshipper? What? Iliot! What are you doing? Why is she sitting on this bench in such a way? Okay. I think she's supposed to sit on the bench, right? But even then it looks so funny, like... She's just sitting on the bench, like, while this whole scene is happening.
Execute. Truly, no word sounds sweeter to this monkey's ears. I am sure she's quite fond of various methods of torture, too. She would make a fine pet, one trained to respond to so many interesting commands.
Average elder cat behavior? Yes, exactly. I like that it's like Irrelate and Marjai reacting to her. Two cats reacting.
Hold on! He has lied to us more than once, and maybe he is lying to us still. Genevri, do you have anything to say? I've never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and draw heretical signs. I barely even remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him up to this. And yet he knows your name and pointed you out right away. Do you not find it funny? And do you not find it funny that your head is always up your arse, Hurtka? It's obvious that someone framed her. Cease this bickering.
Sorbek's snarl forces the officers to back down.
Lord Captain, what we have here is a liar, and a well-coached one at that. He'll never confess on his own. What do you suggest we do? I refuse to believe there is not a single person who saw them being manhandled. Find those witnesses.
That makes sense. You cannot beat a man half to death without everyone in the compartment getting wind of such sin. We will look into it. What do you want us to do with him when we are done?
Burn him, and his family along with him, but be sure to leave him for last.
It will be done. There is no cause for alarm, Lord Captain. This conspirator may have been a fake, but now it is only a matter of time before we find the real culprit. We have the Pipe Warden's names and identification numbers, and we know which clan they're from. We'll keep pressing the riffraff until either the culprit confesses or someone turns him in. I'll handle this. The master-at-arms pointedly grips the maul in her belt. Please enjoy your meal in the interim, Lord Captain. The scoundrel will appear before soon enough. I like how the whole investigation is just us sitting here, drinking wine, alcohol, eating sushi and whatever, and just waiting for these officers to just report to us. This is our extent of participation in the investigation. Lord Captain, the real Pipe Warden Gweden has been found and is being escorted here as we speak. Are there any remaining questions you wish to address before we hear from the Gweden himself?
You can start by reporting on the results of the additional investigative form efforts.
Is this how it should be? Yeah, I think it's pretty on point. Also, goddammit, I cooked but I'm hungry again. Suffering never ceases. Do you have some snacks? Or are you snackless, Mono? So wait, let me refill my cup of water. Are you snackless? Ah, such a pity. You have only one yogurt left? Which flavor it is? I do not want yogurt. Understandable. Pineapple? Yeah, I am not that big fan of pineapple. It's very, very basic, sort of. You have vanilla ice cream? Would you really eat ice cream to satisfy your hunger when you're hungry? I don't know if ice cream is a good option. I think my throat is sensitive to some kind of freak enzyme in pineapple. Oh.
We have sorely questioned all detainees known to have a violent temper, and compared the tools and weapons received with the wounds found on the corpse. But I have not been able to establish who was responsible for the mutilation. I take full responsibility for this failure. 3 times when I ate some, I had a sore throat for days? What? For days, damn. Wow, okay. We found the witnesses to the battery of our false conspirator. According to them, an enforcer in a helmet came to the detained yard, spoke to him, and then gave him a beating so sorely that a ring came off their finger. Alas, that ring could not have been recovered. This concludes my report.
Someone attempted to mislead our investigation. We cannot let this go without consequences.
Undoubtedly. Let us go over the facts we have on the sabotage and compile them. The body of the deceased was mutilated after death. It is likely that the nature of the injuries would have proven very useful in the investigation, and that the perpetrator concealed them for that very reason. Someone sabotaged the work log cogitator, so it would be harder for us to find the victim's partner, who might have information valuable to the investigation. Instead of the murdered man's partner, we were given a fool. One who thoroughly incriminated himself first before admitting that Captain Gennari had put him up to it. Sourbeck lowers at Gennari and she pales with fear.
Suspect claims that you have coerced him into lying about himself, Gennari. What do you have to say about it for yourself?
I might have conducted his preliminary interrogation, like so many others. Hrotko requested my assistance because of my experience in dealing with the rebel. But I swear that there is no truth to these accusations against me. I have never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and draw heretical signs. I barely even remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him out for this. This transcript says you conducted the arts interrogation alone. Why is that? Because I can handle a single laundryman. Gennari raises her chin proudly.
Witnesses saw you being knocked around by an enforcer wearing a ring. Let me see your hands.
The enforcer takes off their gloves. Not one of them is wearing a ring. However, you find a small mark on Hrotko's little finger. As if he had been wearing some sort of band on it for a long time. Are you no longer wearing your family ring, Hrotko? Glenn gives him a bloodthirsty scowl. Not on duty, and certainly not in the compartments full of detained rebel. Hrotko's voice is icily calm.
By the way, who was guarding the body?
It was Gennari. Klein reluctantly nods at his fellow enforcer. I relieved her when I came to inspect the corpse, which by then had already been cut up. Gennari nervously adjusts her armor under Sourbeck's piercing gaze. The corpse was already looking like it when it came under my purview, but I could not get the name of the officer who discovered it. The deck was such a mess that I decided I would deal with it later.
And who had access to the work log cogitator?
The tech priests did not let anyone near the cogitator. They even tried to prevent the enforcer's investigation. Gennari, were you there the entire time? Yes, ma'am. Since the start of the watch. I went there right after I handed the body over to Klein. The only time I stepped away was to retrieve the data slate from my quarters. I left a watchman, but he went missing. Most likely one of the officers did not realize he was on duty and sent him off on some errand. But I was only gone for a few minutes. Very convenient. I'm missing a sentry, a data slate misplaced against regulations. Hrotko drums his fingers on the holster on his belt, where his own data slate sits tightly nestled. I don't understand how I could have forgotten it. I always check my gear when I go on duty.
One of the Inferni complained that an enforcer had taken away his pass to the room with the master cogitator. And it was a man.
Then it wasn't her. Just one of her accomplices. Will you give us a name, Ginevra?
Shut your mouth, Hrotko. Nothing has been proven yet.
Lane goes red in the face and brushes Ginevra aside with his shoulder. Ah. Ah, this is interesting. This is interesting. I'm actually not sure.
I cannot decide, okay? Sorry,
Sorba casts a menacing look over the room. Leave it to me. I will not rest until I get a confession. A real confession. In the meantime, let us get back to the assassination attempt. Hrotko is sassy? Yeah, he's sassier than Ginevra, I guess. But it's like... The Pipe Warden does his best to remain reverently bowed, which paints a rather comical picture given his formidable height and complexion. He lowers his head, tugging at his beard.
Senior Pipe Warden Gweden. Order to serve, Lord Captain. I'm ready to confess to everything.
Why did you fill my bath with blood?
I did as Blood Spinner commanded. She said the Emperor gave the first spinner sign that your lordship should be bathed in the blood of poor Orta, my partner. And well,
He gulps.
the servants of death are terrifying, so I obeyed.
The first spinner? Are you talking about the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web?
Yes, that's him. He led the death cultists, the lot who worship the Emperor by killing. His spinners hunt down heretics, but sometimes they take righteous lives too. Their services are mysterious, fervent, and bloody.
If the Vizier ordered it, there must have been a reason. The Undying One must have revealed something to him that we are ignorant of.
Did you kill your mutant partner?
I didn't kill him, and I didn't know he was a mutant. Orta and I always got along, even if he wasn't much for talking. But then,
He shudders.
a blood spirit came from the darkness, ended him quickly but harshly. She bled him dry and put a black feather in his throat. She told me to pump blood into the pipes, and then she left. I wanted to confess, but I was afraid she would come for me too if I did.
And you are the real Pipe Warden Gweden, are you not?
I am, and I am proud of it, Lord Captain. The Pipe Warden craft is hard work, but necessary. My number is CP26855. My work partner was the late Orta, number CP24601. I oversee the water supply system on the upper decks, sectors A3, K8, and R2. That includes Wharf 27B.
There can be no mistake. I have verified his identity myself. It has also been confirmed by the other workers.
Blood Spinner? Who's he?
A holy slayer in black and crimson and bone, feared by all. They're quiet and merciless as death itself. They come from the shadow to kill, because the Emperor commands them so.
It's kind of funny asking this question, considering that I already encountered them, but okay.
Summon the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web! I wish to hear his explanation.
As you will, Lord Captain. The Vizier of the Bloodspun Web treads lightly and silently, as if his old, gaunt body has no weight at all. He whispers weakly.
Domin Tav will to see me, and so I have come.
Nod respectfully.
I have summoned you to discuss the actions of your apprentices.
The Vizier responds in an equally respectful manner.
Let their deeds be weighed.
Investigation has established that the Bloodspun Web orchestrated an attack on his lordship by means of pouring unholy blood into his bath. This affront. The old man's murmur drowns out Sarbek's relentless voice.
Domin Tav know the truth. So it was done, or so I did will. It was no affront, but a prophecy. For my hands to divine, unsullied martyrs offer their souls and bodies into his imperishable embrace. I gazed into the red rivers of the smoldering lives, and I did see a roiling unclean, staining the bays reaching for the anointed Lord of the Ark. In my apprentice's last sighs, I heard the Undying One's whisper. It bid me bathe the Domin in the blood of he who must go, and they who have been righteous, for this will shield the Domin and strengthen his body against the roiling unclean. I obeyed.
You hear laughter scrapping against the inside of your head.
The Emperor bid him this awful sacrifice his disciples to rid their flesh, blood and bones. He wants to see the corpse Emperor's revelations in the tangle of happenstance. He's so desperate that he invents omens for himself.
Gibella, did you know about this?
When I saw the wounds made by the hand of a fellow believer, I guessed. But the Vizier chose not to warn you, and so it was not my place to do so either. If there had been a plot against you, and a knife aimed at you, I would have given you some sign. But the Vizier means you no harm. He is your servant. Where your other subjects' threads are clear and straight, his lie in the shadows of hints and secrets. Trust him as I do.
What do you mean by the roiling unclean?
He did not reveal, but it is corruption itself. It offends him. It tastes as sweet as fetid waters in old pipes. It promises the deception of an enforcer's smile. Its face is elusive.
I love that she's basically said, "Don't worry about it, kitten." Yeah, pretty much.
Do you claim that you did it because the God Emperor will so?
I speak move and draw breath because he wills so. I defy not the undying one, neither in dash at gifts and takes nor in my living experience.
Oh my god, my throat starts hurting.
Could your vision have been false?
The vizier's lips curl into a smile.
I held the curds of his tarot, washed in the blood of the righteous. They make no mistakes, and neither does he send false visions. Only mortals err, they who read the signs, they who interpret.
Master at Arms, are you convinced that we have found the culprits?
The situation is clear, your lordship. Sorbek makes the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor has sent us a portent. The protector of mankind guides the hand of his holy servants to guard us and warn us of hidden threats. Tough. Regardless of how regularly you kneel before an altar, I advise you to take this warning seriously. If I'm correct in my suspicions about what is transpiring here, and I pray to this throne that I'm not, then you can indeed consider this incident a sign to that the Emperor is watching over you on this ship. Henrik's being so secretive.
Why so cryptic, Hendrix? If you have any theories about what's occurring here, share them.
My series are classified information of the Inquisition that I cannot divulge without a good reason. If evidence comes to light that confirms my fears, I will disclose everything necessary. If, however, my concern is baseless, I would not wish to share knowledge dangerous to you without cause.
Could be a coincidence that the victim of the ritual was a genetic aberration.
The officers around you keep a respectful silence, but you can tell by their faint smiles that they found the very idea of doubting the Emperor's providence absurd. I find it kind of funny how this is all supposed to be some mystery, but the Gene... Yeah, right? They literally put Gene Stealers in the artwork, in the trailers. It's like, yeah, we pretty much know who we're going to fight.
The cult of the Bloodspinner will face no persecution for their deed.
The Vizier freezes, listening to silence, and nods to nothing.
Yes, yes. I will tell him.
He turns his soon-shut eyes to you once more.
We are seeds in your hands, giver of life. Whether you keep us or scatter us, we will remain grateful.
Be that as it may, we have hit a dead end. We hope that exposing the culprits would lead us to the apparition's lair.
Let the Bloodspan web find the mutants breeding on my ship.
But no spinner or brave warrior from the dominant circle can find the roots of the unclean, for it can appear as human and act as human. Only its thoughts betray its vile nature. Only its thoughts are never human.
A ways. Anxious silence falls the moment Sorbek says this one word. She narrows her eyes.
It is unclean thoughts we need to find. Very well. Let Ways find them. We know how, no matter how badly he wishes that the rest of us forgot about it. Vanny Zachary is a fearsome hunter. When he hunts, the flagship wails. When he sings, my teeth creak. and I can feel pain as if I am young again. But his power is great indeed. He can hunt down our prey.
Alright, I see.
How can the choir master of the Astropus be of use to us?
The esteemed Zachary Ways can perform the ritual of thought reading. This practice lets him do a cursory examination of the minds of thousands of people in search of certain individuals. The ritual is rare as it is dangerous, and only someone as versed as Master Ways can accomplish such a feat.
Has Vase done something like that before?
Once, Lady Theodora made use of his services to expose spies on board, who apparently had been in the employ of Lord Inquisitor Calcazar.
Ah! Hendrix? Are you gonna say something? Hendrix? Hendrix clears his throat.
As far as I know, the Inquisition's involvement in the matter was never proven. Spreading dubious rumors is a precarious habit that you would do well to abstain from.
Nah, of course.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems not everyone here is eager to leave this matter to the Master Ways.
I would say the one least eager will be Master Ways himself. Last time his efforts caused some severe warp manifestations. The ritual truly is perilous. Not to find a point on it, Ways nearly destroyed the ship back then. Incidentally, he had given us multiple warnings that it could happen. Lady Theodora ignored him and we reaped the results. Oh, why do I get the feeling that I know what will happen next?
Also classified Inquisition info my ass. Did he not tell us what gene stealers were after we already encountered them? I go, oh yeah, we already encountered gene stealers at this point. But maybe they just kind of, I don't know, forgot to account for that one encounter? I don't know.
That is all, Master at Arms. Your duty is done. I give you leave to wrap up the investigation on the officer's deck.
My duty will be done when the threat is eliminated. I will brief the enforcers while you consult Choir Master Ways, Lord Captain.
Okay, I think I'll stop here for today. I think I've been streaming like for 5 or like 4 hours. Yeah, I think it's a good point. So, thank you everyone who stopped by. Thank you, Mona, for chatting with me as usual. I will stream as usual on Tuesday, right? There's like a pile of indie games that I want to like get to on streams, but I don't know. But I also kind of don't want to interrupt the Rogue Trader playthrough at this point. We will see. I'll probably continue the Rogue Trader on Tuesday, since like the DLC is relatively short, right? So I might be able to like finish it maybe like next week. Yeah, I'll listen to my heart. Why the fuck the cloud saves is not syncing up? Well, whatever. So yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday, as usual. Yeah, and yeah, have a good rest of your day, and yeah, bye.